Hello there. Just to warn you up front, I don't do jump cuts like other trendy YouTubers, and you're just going to get me raw in under 10 minutes. So sorry, I'm not Philip DeFranco, you beautiful bastards. Sorry. Anyway, I want to talk about Doctor Who, social justice, and Let's Kill Hitler, which is, for my money, the best title of a Doctor Who episode ever. So. Yeah, I've enjoyed the show ever since the early 70s. My doctor is John Pertwee. He was the first one I ever saw, and I really liked him. So he's stayed with me as my personal favourite, even though I acknowledge the greatness of Tom Baker and David Tennant. But for me, it's Pertwee, who's my favourite. And, you know, the show's always had what I would call a liberal side to it. So the Doctor's always fought for freedom. He's fought against tyranny and authoritarianism, as you know, fantastically personified by the Daleks and the Cybermen, and he's always, you know, taken a pro-peace attitude. You know, he befriends those who want peace and who want to make things better. So is that really left-wing? Well, I think that's something that unites people from the left through to the mainstream right. You know, we all want to make the world better, and we'd like to avoid war wherever possible. So, you know, so it's been all-encompassing, but Series 10, I could not stand. I mean, I lost patience with the show after Breathe. Although, you know, Breathe was very well directed and it was tightly written. There was some very tense scenes. I mean, the scenes with Bill being exposed to the vacuum of space and everything, I just thought it was... and there was a lot of good things going for it. It was let down by two things. It was let down by, A, the Doctor's blindness, which really wasn't. I mean, you know, is it going to limit or inhibit him in any way? No, it didn't. And the second thing was all the Marxism put in. I mean, it was blatantly Marxist, wasn't it? It was like, the suits are killing you, literally, and capitalism must be stopped. I could have done without that. Because if you're, you know, people like me, if you're kind of from the social democrat left through to the centre right, conservative, libertarian right, you've just been left behind by the episode, right? This story is not for you. You're basically, the thing that you broadly agree with is just being given a slap. Bit like the slap the Doctor administers to the Lord in Thin Ice, which was awful. I mean, it didn't even have Breeze's saving grace of being tense and exciting. It was a dumb plot, a cardboard one-dimensional villain, and the story kept stopping so that the Doctor could sort of unload his politics. Well, no, it's not really the Doctor, is it? It's the writer. So the writer can use the Doctor to say her political ideology. And a punchy. The Doctor reasons, he talks. If I think about John Pertwee, the most action-oriented Doctor ever, a man who used kung fu, Venetian aikido, in the stories. I mean, would Pertwee go, oh, do I talk and reason with this person, or do I just punch them because I don't like what they have to say? No. Of course, the Doctor has always been verbose, and that's why we love him. You know, how is Capaldi's 12th Doctor? How do you square that? He's just when the villain comes in the most cardboard pantomime, over the top reaction, go, ugh, a black woman, yeah, disgusting, get her out, and then the Doctor goes, wallop. You know, compare that with Davros. If you had the power, it's a crap Tom Baker impression, but if you had the power to break that vial and destroy all life, would you do it? You know, or he's there with the wires going, have I the right to kill all the Daleks? You know, the punch the panto villain. It was ridiculous. And this is where Series 10 went, and it revelled with it. And everybody I know, all my socialist friends, love Series 10, and I'm there going, I'm just can I get to the original Mondasian Cybermen episode? Can we just cut to that and leave the rest of Series 10 behind? And apparently things are going to get worse in the new series, in the Chibnall era. And I saw hints of where it's going. Broadchurch Series 3 with all the toxic masculinity subtext in it. I thought, I really enjoyed Broadchurch Series 3. I love the detective angle. I love the investigation, the whodunit. But I was spotting the toxic masculinity thread. So this is the way Doctor Who wants to go, and I'm there going, do I really want to? Do I file this under Star Trek Discovery and J.J. Abrams Star Trek and just go, look, it's been a fun few decades, Doctor Who, but this is where you're going on your journey, and I have to go on another journey with the Orville. Yeah. It's getting to that stage. Which brings me to our final point, is that, social justice and the history of Doctor Who. How did it handle it before? Well, in classic Who, you would have three-dimensional characters. Take Frontier in Space, for example, where there's a plot about the Earth being manipulated to have a war with an alien race, and the Earth government was once democratic, but now it's becoming more authoritarian. They're locking political dissidents up, and they're getting ready for war footing. But you would think in that story, the President of Earth and the leading general, the kind of head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, of the equivalent, would be out and out villains. They would be in New Who. But in Frontier in Space, they're depicted as people kind of going along because of the circumstances. But when they're shown proof, when the Doctor reveals who the real baddies are, they're contrite, and they make things better. They work with the Doctor. They see the error of their ways. They are redeemed by the end of the story. Fantastic bit of writing from card-carrying communist writer Malcolm Hulke, who managed to say, okay, I am a communist, and I'm going to put in some of my politics, but I'm not going to leave non-communists behind. I'm not going to write an episode that says, if you're not on board with my politics, screw you, get off my show. He didn't do that, and full credit to Malcolm Hulke. That's great writing. Would New Who sit down and create a character like Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, Alistair Not Kate? And they wouldn't. They go, well, he's a military man. He's a man. He's white. No. If New Who had written Web of Fear and produced Web of Fear, Lethbridge Stewart would get munched. He'd probably be an idiot who leads his men into annihilation. Kind of what happened in Web of Fear, but that wasn't Lethbridge Stewart's fault. But he'd get munched by the end of the episode. He would not have then subsequently formed the friendship with the Doctor. And come round, I'm finishing with the story Let's Kill Hitler, which had actual social justice freedom fight from the future, social justice warriors in these miniaturized and in this robot that can mimic anybody, and they go around eliminating all the bad people from history. You committed atrocities, but you got away with it, so we're going to eliminate you from history, right? Bash the fash. And they're trying to kill Hitler, and of course the Doctor said, you're well-meaning, but this is not the way you do it. You don't go around there, starting the violence to end the violence, because that's not the Doctor's way. And it became the Doctor's way in Series 10. And, this is why, you didn't have to go back that far to look at an example where social justice, we sympathise with it, but we don't endorse everything about it. And using violence and sort of squashing others to achieve it is not the way. It's not the Doctor's way. And, but Moffat got sidetracked with the origin story of River Song in that story, and they had a fantastic concept, and they didn't really run with it all the way through like they should have. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the poor writing of recent seasons, trying to shoehorn in politics, not even subtly done, not woven in with the story where you can go away and think about it. It's just in your face. You can't even think about it. It's there in your face. And which is why I'm checking out a Doctor Who. I can't be bothered with that. I don't want to be preached at anymore. So that's my little piece And until I think of something else to talk about, I will see you later.